Lesson number 8, May 14 to 20th. The Promise. Sabbath afternoon. Read for this week's study Genesis 22, Hebrews 11:17, Leviticus 18:21, John 1:1-3, Romans 5:6-8, Genesis 23-25, Romans 4:1-12. Memory text. Now Abraham was old, well advanced in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. Genesis 24:1. Finally, as God had promised, Sarah bore Abraham a son in his old age. Genesis 21:2. And he named the baby Isaac. Genesis 21:1-5. But the story of Abraham is far from over, reaching a climactic moment when he took his son to Mount Moriah to be sacrificed. Isaac, however, is replaced by a ram, Genesis 22:13, which signified God's commitment to bless the nations through his seed, Genesis 22:17-18. That seed, of course, was Jesus, Acts 13:23. Hence, in this astonishing and, in some ways, troubling story, more of the plan of salvation is revealed. Whatever the deep spiritual lessons here, the family of Abraham, nevertheless, must have been shaken by it, and the future of Abraham is not clear. Sarah dies after the sacrifice at Moriah, Genesis 23, and Isaac remains single. Abraham then takes the initiative to make sure that the right future will follow. He arranges the marriage of his son to Rebekah, Genesis 24, who will give birth to two sons, Genesis 25:21-23. And Abraham himself marries Keturah, who will give him many children, Genesis 25:1-6. This week we will follow Abraham to the end of his life, Genesis 25:7-11. From the book Patriarchs and Prophets, page 153-155, it says, Abraham's great act of faith stands like a pillar of light, illuminating the pathway of God's servants in all succeeding ages. Abraham did not seek to excuse himself from doing the will of God. During that 3 days' journey, he had sufficient time to reason and to doubt God, if he was disposed to doubt. Abraham was human. His passions and attachments were like ours, but he did not stop to question how the promise could be fulfilled if Isaac should be slain. He did not stay to reason with his aching heart. He knew that God is just and righteous in all his requirements, and he obeyed the command to the very letter. Abraham's faith was made manifest by his works. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? James 2:21-22. There are many who fail to understand the relation of faith and works. They say, only believe in Christ and you are saved. You have nothing to do with keeping the law. But genuine faith will be manifest in obedience. Said Christ to the unbelieving Jews, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. John 8:39. It had been difficult even for the angels to grasp the mystery of redemption, to comprehend that the commander of heaven, the Son of God, must die for guilty man. When the command was given to Abraham to offer up his son, the interest of all heavenly beings was enlisted. With intense earnestness they watched each step in the fulfillment of this command. When, to Isaac's question, where is the lamb for a burnt offering? Abraham made answer, God will provide himself a lamb. And when the father's hand was stayed as he was about to slay his son, and the ram which God had provided was offered in the place of Isaac, Then light was shed upon the mystery of redemption, and even the angels understood more clearly the wonderful provision that God had made for man's salvation. 1 Peter 1:12. Have a happy Sabbath.